everyone. How are you? Well, it is New Year's Eve, and here we are again making another New Year's Eve video. And honestly, it kind of feels like something to celebrate because it's my 4th year making a New Year's Eve video, and when I started out, who knew I was starting a tradition? So last year was my first video making a cocktail, right? And that was actually kind of fun. So we're gonna make another cocktail tonight. It's called a prickly buck. And I had this cocktail when my girlfriends and I went on a trip to Utah back in October. We had just finished a full day of hiking at Zion National Park. We were exhausted and went outside into the little town of Springdale. We went walking through that town and found this great little place called the Spotted Dog. And we had amazing food there, and we had this cocktail. So again, it's called the Prickly Buck. And this has in it a prickly pear syrup, right? Prickly pear cactus syrup. And I actually had a hard time finding this, but I got 3 bottles of it because I'm going to give each of my girlfriends who traveled with me a bottle of this so they can make these drinks too. But I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read this recipe because it becomes an epic fail when I can't see. But it has the prickly pear, cactus syrup, and Empress gin. And so this is kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a symbolic drink, right? Because it's, I don't know, perfect way to close the year, right? Because it's a little bright, a little unexpected, it changes color. I don't know, it just feels right for this season that I'm in. Anyway, all right, let's make this drink. All right, it's gonna be, we start with the simple syrup, or the prickly pear syrup. It's gonna be 1/2 of an ounce of that. Oop. Just opening that up. And I have my 1/2 of an ounce is right here. Ooh, this is a thick syrup. Ooh, not at all like the grenadine or whatever. What did I use last year? I don't even know. But it says to put in the syrup, right? It's so purple. I don't know if you could see that when I was pouring it. So I've got that in. It also takes ginger beer, and it says to kind of top off with that. We're also, don't want to forget the recipe here. It's the juice of 1/2 of a lime. So I'm going to pour that in, okay? And you can see kind of what it looks like right now. I'm going to pour the ginger beer in just to kind of fill it up a little bit. And I'm gonna leave room, that's pretty. I'm gonna leave room for the Empress gin, which is, I believe it's purple. So that's gonna take a full jigger. It's 1.5 ounces of this stuff. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. It's very purple, but I'm gonna pour this so you can see it. I think it's in the frame. Yeah, all right, let's see. Did it make it change color? What do you think? Does it look like it's, you can see the darker syrup at the bottom. It's a very pretty purple color, and actually what gives the gin the purple color is butterfly pea flowers. Let's just mix this up. Very pretty purple, very simple ingredients. I just had a little trouble finding the prickly pear syrup. Let's give it a taste. Oh, it's very delicious. All right, let's have a sip of this. It's really very good. Let me just add, I happen to like cocktails because I don't want to drink a lot of alcohol. And one little drink is fine. It's New Year's Eve. I'm not going anywhere, so there's no danger of me driving. But anyway, so talking about 2026, I am turning 65 this year. And, retirement, retirement is no longer an abstract thing, right? It's here. And lately I've been thinking about what would it take for me to, I'm saying retire, but it's really not working my 9-to-5 job. What would it take for that to happen? So I have to tell you, I looked into my Social Security dashboard or whatever a handful of months ago, and I didn't realize that we don't get our full pension, so to speak, full payout, I think they call it, when you were born in 1961. That's not at 65 anymore, that's at 67. And of course, then there's a 72-year mark, but I can't wait that long. I don't feel that my life is being cut short, but I have had a stroke and I did have treatment for cancer. So I'm ready to just do what I can to maybe not have to work the 9-to-5, right? So part of that is downsizing, simplifying, just, I don't know, getting things in order. I know if I'm gonna live on a very limited income, I can't live the same way I'm living. So I'm thinking that, maybe a smaller apartment, like a 1-bedroom apartment, until I find a place to buy, until the market kind of changes. Yeah, so I'm thinking about those things. Now, I'm not freaking out, right? It's not, I'm not, it's not about panic, right? It's about preparing. And so, yeah, it's not about panic. I'm not panicking. I am not panicking. I am preparing. So I've been in sales, right? And you don't even have to be in sales to read self-help books or self-improvement books or goal-setting books. But I have a few that I've narrowed it down to, and I want to share them with you in case you're thinking of making plans for moving forward with whatever your goal might be. My goal is to retire in 2026. But anyway, I want to show you these books because they all fit together. And the first one is Start With Why, right? My son gave me this book, oh gosh, years ago, maybe even in 2016. I think he had a viral TED Talk, Simon Sinek. It's called Start With Why, Simon Sinek. Did I say his name right? Anyway, I'm gonna put a link in the description to the viral TED Talk about it. But this is a great book because it starts out with clarity, right? Find your why for whatever your goal is, right? Then I love Atomic Habits because this breaks getting to this, or this breaks it down into small actions, right? This is a great book. I don't want to say too much more about it. This is a great book. But I just added one to the list, and I've already shared it with a few people. And I've been aware of this one because the industry that I'm in, this is a popular coaching platform. But this makes all of this the trifecta, because this one's about finally doing things, right? And I'm not trying to change, well, I guess I should say, I'm not trying to reinvent myself. I'm okay with who I am, but I have a goal. And so I'm not trying to, reinvent myself. I'm just trying to support the version of me that's already here, right? The one that's making this conscious decision and wanting to move forward with, I don't know, a pretty big goal, right? So, you know, everyone has different ideas of what success is, right? Money, houses, cars, things. As far as my YouTube channel goes, I used to think success was views, subscribers, growth, that kind of thing. But I don't know, sometimes I think success is showing up. I've done 4 of these New Year's videos. I've done 4 of these check-ins, and I don't know. I think I'm showing up. I think I kept a promise. So I'm feeling really good about going into the new year. I just, as an aside, I actually had an appointment with the oncologist today, and everything's going great. But yeah, I'm going into this new year healthy, and I don't know, maybe a little ambitious. And it's not just YouTube. I have other creative projects that I'm working on that I'll share with you. And I'm excited about those because, I don't know, I'm just excited that I'm actually moving forward with those. I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. And I also want to say, if you're here and you're doing something quiet and meaningful, well, I see you. And maybe we can do this together. So check back in, okay? In the meantime, have a great New Year's. Cheers, everyone.